The only thing better than a bull, 6-point bull walking up to you? 2 6-point bulls walking up to you. I just done some cow calling here, and it was a really good evening hunt. And so these bulls came into about 6 or 7 yards, and I was not interested once I saw what they were. The herd bull is, I think, about 300 yards away, and these are both satellites. They don't have any cows with them. And a couple times on this hunt, or I should say probably a couple times an evening or a morning, I would get into younger bulls, and then I get kind of pinned down, and um, and I didn't want to spook them toward the herd. So in this case, I let them walk by me, and then I cow called on my way out too. But I kind of switched up the kind of cow calling I was doing. I'll let you hear that in a second. Doing the moo cow call allowed me a whole bunch of times to just walk out. And I walked out kind of on all fours. And with my big backpack on, I had my camp on my back almost every hunt I did. I could walk right out of those kind of areas. Here's just a small bull. This guy screams. I think I should go silent, let you hear that. You're going to see this bull and another bull in the background. Again, a 3.5, maybe a 4.5-year-old bull. There was a lot of these bulls around, and couldn't find very many of the next age class. This was a fun morning hunt. I passed these 2 bulls, and then I got into a group of 4 6-points that were all screaming at each other that had about 30 cows with them. This guy here is about 25, 30 yards, I believe. This bull is the first one that I got on video that I actually tried to kill. He's about a 330. He's got a very wide frame. It looks a lot better from the front than he does from the side. You'll see him in a moment here, and now he's bedded down. He's out at about 120 yards here. And the problem is he bedded on the other side of the meadow. If he'd bedded on mine, I would have been fine. While I was sitting there watching him, uh, I called because I made some noise just so he wouldn't be bothered by me. I know he wasn't going to come in, but when I called, when I cow talked, this bull came in, and he stared right at me. He was a satellite bull to the larger bull. He's kind of a cool 6-point, kind of gnarly horned. Most of the bulls there had very typical antlers. This guy's got kind of a gnarlier shape, but he saw me and he ran. The big bull did not move. He was still 120 yards away. So I circled around and tried to make a stalk, and this is what happened. I made a little bit too much noise. I think I had the wind in my favor, but the big bull walks up through the sunlight, which is really cool to see his glistening antlers. I got to about 80 yards. Probably, well, I had him moving at about 80 yards. I think I got to about 50 yards, but he kind of didn't like the sound of my snapping, and he walked off after his cows. Um, Again, really good fronts, cool bull. Would have liked to have gotten him. Not a monster though. Not one I did sleep over. A lot of times then when I'd walk up to a meadow and see a bull in it, I usually heard him ahead of time. This bull I just had snuck up on. He wasn't bugling, and I just approached. I think he's at 55 or 60 yards here. He's a younger bull. Kind of cool just to see him feeding. He didn't have any cows. And here he is a little bit later. I cow talked to him just to get him out of the way and got him to freeze up on this hill on the opposite side of that valley he was in. And here's my shot. So I had him at about, I think 30, 25 yards here. He's pretty close, but he's just a young bull. Cool antlers though. He'll be a shooter in 2 years and maybe even next year because he's got good genetics. This bull looks better than he is in this video. He's just a 5-point. He looks bigger there in that little flash. This bull is 4.5 years old. He's a 5x6. Very indicative of the kind of bulls I was seeing. He was really cool. I wish just that he was a little bit bigger, or a 5.5-year-old. He was aggressive though. I think that's why he had the herd. This bull, I don't know why I left. I think I just put him in the video because I thought this was a cool shot. He's glistening in the sunlight, kind of a cool image of a young bull walking by. Most of the raghorns I took video of I deleted, but and then of course I just love a good skyline bull. This is again another 3.5-year-old symmetrical 5-point that's going to be a really good bull in the future. He's got good genes, and he had a death wish, so I'm kind of glad that a different hunter didn't happen to walk up on him. I think I had 4 or 5 chances at this bull as I bugled along and cow talked along this meadow.